Welcome to the Canadian Breakpoint, a Canadian infectious diseases podcast by Canadian infectious diseases physicians. I'm Summer Stewart with Dr. Rupeena Purewal to present a special episode. Dr. Purewal.
Hi, everyone. Welcome to another episode of our podcast, The Canadian Breakpoint. Well, thanks for tuning in today. Today's episode is a bit different. We will be discussing the upcoming Antimicrobial Resistance Symposium that will be taking place on November 19th and 20th, 2024 in Toronto. So this episode is going to talk about an overview of the symposium. We'll talk about who should attend, how to register for the symposium, and discuss some of the key features and keynote speakers, an overview of the agenda for the symposium this year. So the AMR Symposium, which is a critical event for Canada, like I mentioned, will be taking place on November 19th and 20th, 2024 in Toronto. It brings together leading Canadian and international experts to tackle the growing threat of antimicrobial resistance. So the Canadian focus of the AMR Symposium is proudly organized by bioMerieux Canada in collaboration with Sepsis Canada, the Canadian Critical Care Forum, EPIC, AMR One Health Consortium, McGill AMR Centre, and AMI Canada. This event is a must-attend for healthcare professionals, researchers, and policymakers looking to address Canada's role in combating AMR, with insights into the upcoming G7 meeting in 2025 and Canada's Pan-Canadian Action Plan on AMR. So you're probably wondering who should attend the AMR Symposium. Symposium is designed for healthcare professionals like myself, including infectious disease physicians, researchers, microbiologists, epidemiologists, critical care specialists, antimicrobial stewardship pharmacists, and public health experts. So whether you're involved in frontline clinical care work, academic research, or policy making, this event provides key insights and actionable strategies for combating antimicrobial resistance. And so another question you're probably asking is, why should we attend? So the AMR focus of the symposium really highlights that antimicrobial resistance is among the top 10 threats for global health. AMR threatens the health of humans, animals, and the environment. It threatens the safety of our food supply, global economy, and equity within our societies. And bioMerieux Canada is a global leader in vitro diagnostics and recognizes that global multi-sectoral action is needed to fight antimicrobial resistance. And thus, the AMR Symposium, actually initiated back in 2022, to educate and bring together those impacted by AMR. So AMR experts, researchers, industry, AMR enthusiasts together from all over Canada to spread awareness and empower collaborations to further the fight. bioMerieux Canada is committed to advancing antimicrobial stewardship and fighting antimicrobial resistance through innovative diagnostic solutions, research support, and education. And so at the symposium, one of the major sessions will feature Dr. Alison Fox-Robichaud, a Canadian critical care specialist and the scientific director of Sepsis Canada. Her keynote, Sepsis and Management of AMR, will delve into the intersection between sepsis care and antimicrobial stewardship. It's a critical area for healthcare providers that are dealing with life-threatening infections. Furthermore, a major theme of the symposium this year is going to be harnessing the power of artificial intelligence to combat AMR. There'll be a session that's co-sponsored by EPIC, TCARM, and IFP from the University of Toronto, and will include a keynote by Cesar de la Fuente from the University of Pennsylvania, discussing how AI, so artificial intelligence, is accelerating breakthroughs in drug development. And this session will also feature a panel discussion that will be moderated by Ivan Semniak from the Globe and Mail, and it'll include experts from the University of Toronto and the University of Pennsylvania, providing practical insights into the future of artificial intelligence in AMR diagnostics and treatment. And moving through the symposium agenda, there will be another critical area that will be discussed, and that will be the role of rapid diagnostics in improving sepsis care at the point of care. And this session will be led by Callie Barrett from the University of Toronto. The panel will explore the importance of near-patient testing to prevent adverse outcomes, with a strong emphasis on Canadian healthcare settings. Furthermore, there will be sessions like Can AMR Next, training up the next generation of AMR leaders across Canada. And this session will be led by Herman Barkema from the University of Calgary, showcasing Canada's commitment to advancing AMR research and leadership in collaboration with EPIC and the One Health Consortium. So you'll hear some Canadian voices for this session, which will include Canadian experts like Kevin Schwartz and Bradley Langford, who will address practical strategies for antimicrobial stewardship, including incentivizing AMS antimicrobial stewardship in primary practice and steering antimicrobial prescribers using nudging. Something that I think will be very useful for myself as well. But the symposium will also feature a poster and networking session that will showcase cross-disciplinary research on AMR. So this gives us healthcare professionals and other policymakers research to really come together and provide us an opportunity to exchange ideas on innovative solutions to the AMR crisis. And so it looks like there's a jam-packed schedule, lots of great sessions, really bringing together experts from all over Canada and the US, and really providing us some very detailed information about AMR and really what the focus should be to help fight AMR. So as we can see, the agenda is going to really encompass a lot of areas that is quite interesting to many of us. Like we mentioned, those that will be attending could be experts from all over Canadian healthcare systems. And so I would like to encourage all of our listeners today to visit amrsymposium.com to register for this symposium, which as I remind you, will be taking place on November 19th and 20th, 2024 in Toronto. So you can register for the symposium on amrsymposium.com. And whether you will be attending in person or virtually, you have an option for both or either. Really become part of these critical conversations that will shape the future of antimicrobial resistance management in Canada. And bioMerieux Canada and the other collaborators have really collaborated with the Canadian Breakpoint listeners. And if you register today at amrsymposium.com, you can use the promo code Breakpoint to receive 25% off your registration. And so hopefully I'll see you guys all there. We will be doing a AMR launch campaign using the podcast as a live segment, which will end off this symposium on November 20th. And so for all of our listeners, please tune in. And whether you're attending the symposium in person or virtually, I hope to see you there. So remember, it's on November 19th and 20th. And let's all come together and learn a lot more about antimicrobial resistance in Canada. Let's talk to our future colleagues, our current colleagues, and other collaborators, and let's further the fight of AMR. See you guys there.
Thank you to bioMerieux for this unique partnership opportunity. Registration link is in the episode description. Again, the promo code is Breakpoint. See you again soon at the AMR Symposium.